What Stephen King is to the USA is what The Witcher is to Poland and what the Metro series is to Russia. And this is where Until We Die draws tons of references or inspirations from, and I'm gonna butcher this definitely, from Dimitri's Gluchovsky's Metro series or the Stalker games, heavily from. So basically everything is pretty much messed up and you try to survive with little what you have. But this has of course then a very specific charm and flavor. Until We Die is basically a better, or in my opinion a superior version of Kingdom Two Crowns in lovely pixel art made in Unity by the indie team Pixeye Games from Kaliningrad, Russia. There was no embargo and the game releases on the 3rd of June, so I can give you definitely an honest opinion, which maybe not shock you, but this will be a little bit more different than I thought it would come out. Alrighty, so let's jump right into it. This story is short and powerful. Aliens invade Moscow, because this time I guess Moscow is a good place to invade too. So normally they always go to, I don't know, Washington or New York or wherever, but this time it's Moscow, so why not? A little change of pace. And well, the people scramble into the vast metro tunnel systems and try to fight back guerrilla style. So that is pretty much the whole story, which is kind of neat and it explains a lot of things. So here, easy peasy stuff, humans against aliens. And the game has been, in my opinion, crafted very professional, but has one crucial flaw, which you will see at the very end of this short review. So if you haven't heard of Kingdom Two Crowns, this game is basically a 2D based defense where you have to survive in a day and night cycle where night raids by some monsters are incoming and you have a commander which roams and gives orders to his minions to defend and gather resources and of course upgrade some stuff. Basically what you do in this game, you harvest, expand territory, build houses, do some sciencey stuff and bunker up against every increasing small waves of enemies which are coming from left or right. So basically this is just defend a little bit more left or right, so this is kind of easy. There was one really annoying thing in Kingdom Two Crowns because the AI of your minions was really stupid and you have had no control most of the time over them, and then they did some really stupid things and ended your game. This is definitely not the case here because they are directly being controlled by your commander, which is a godsend feature. Imagine it a little bit like Overlord, where you just send your guys at some position, do something, but you can call them off anytime. So this is giving you tons of control, which is a feature I love. So basically this is excellent, I love that. Your minions AI in this regard is pretty good and they are automatically retreating from wall to wall if for example one falls. So by breaking, let's say, your strongest wall on the left, on the right side, you just don't basically completely use your flank and then this is game over. This is not the case, which is really good, so you can kind of a little bit hedgehog here. So this is one feature I definitely enjoyed. Graphically, this is a really good looking title, on par with Metal Slug or other modern games. Effects, shaders, all the particle systems look on par, so this is made professional. Gameplay is smooth, you have much control over your minions, so basically you are never being frustrated like me in Kingdom Two Crowns. So this all feels very polished and quite good in my opinion. Sound and music are also pretty sweet and there's even some multi-language voiceover. So here, as you can see, production values are pretty high. So why is there a flaw? Well, because of this. Everything is on a high standard, but here we come to one thing that can really ruin the game for most players. The difficulty is soul-crushingly insane, playing the same game multiple times and not getting any further on the easiest tutorial first level is basically just wasting the player's time, and in the end you just have to repeat it again and again and again, and you cannot progress any further because, well, this is the first tutorial level and you get stuck here. Not optimal in my opinion, and this is of course leaving a bitter aftertaste in my opinion. So everything is executed very flawlessly, very nicely, so I like playing it. The whole structure is cool, everything is working, but in the end if you cannot progress, then well, I cannot say anything to that because I couldn't get any farther. And normally what would happen, at some point I would try different strategies, like playing more defensive, playing more aggressive, and each time I got overrun plus resource starved, and therefore boom, you're getting kicked out, and then, well, you have to repeat from zero, from scratch, which is absolutely frustrating in my opinion. But if, for example, if you're a hardcore player and you like this kind of stuff, hey, go for it. So final conclusions: pro, an alternative world setting. So basically, once again, this is now a Russian territory with some specific, well, a flair from well, Russia as it seems, so the world setting is different. Then flexible Overlord style minion control, which I really loved. This was really cool, I loved it. So here plus plus plus. Then cool reference to Metro and Stalker, so here once again a lot of influences which are a little bit foreign to most people because, well, not everybody knows what's actually going on in Russia, plus, well, no Russian literature. And of course, beautiful pixel art. Then music was professional, multi-language voiceovers, sound effects on a high level, so here nothing bad. And lots of neat little details in the world which I like. So here, this is, if you have a keen eye for small little things, you will find a lot in the game, which is pretty sweet. But now we come to the negative part. So soul-crushing difficulty. Well, give me at least the noob function for beginners or whatever, so I can actually beat the first level. I tried it like 8 or 9 times, and after, I don't know, multiple hours just wasted on the tutorial level, at some point you just say, okay, this is not for me, bye. Therefore I will uninstall this game after this review. So final score from my side, I would say 8 out of 10, but I just go to 7 out of 10 because the difficulty, that's a big no-no, and I just played on the easiest one, get stuck in the tutorial, and there are actually 2 more difficult modes. I guess there was Nightmare and Insane or Impossible. Come on, I didn't even beat it on the easy, or let's say normal one. So basically I cannot recommend in this state, which it is now, to normal players. For expert players in this kind of field, I can say yes, you will love everything around it, but the difficulty, that's a big no-no and turn off from my side. Alrighty, hopefully you enjoyed this. Have a good one. Wannabe.